With this net, we can do anything on the internet we want to do.
And guess what? It's Friday. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. We are live on GlacierTV. Wil, Vincent, Dave Johnson in the house. It's the Wil and Dave Show, episode XVII, or alternatively, we can just call it the Ricky Stenhouse episode, Dave.
Yeah, well, that's why we didn't. That's why we're sticking to the Roman numerals, right? Because you didn't want it to be the Ricky Stenhouse episode.
Well, yeah, we definitely can't use it next week because I'm not having the Kyle Busch episode. He can just suck me.
Hell no. Kyle Busch, he's a bum.
Yeah, but don't forget all the usual shit. You can follow us at Wil and Dave Show, facebook.com/Wil and Dave. On Twitter, it's the hashtag Wil and Dave. We're available on iTunes every single Sunday. And for the last time ever, Dave, we are going to be on the ETV Motorsports Radio Network on Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
ETV, we're going to miss you guys.
Yeah, we are. Oh, look at that. We've got BT in the house.
Woo! BT!
BT in the house! So, yeah, Dave, are you finished racing yet?
No, I still have 5 laps to go.
We entered a Carburetor Cup race, as, you know, we generally do, because this is the Wil and Dave Show, and it's car crash. Oh, did you just get wrecked?
40 car sure as hell tried to wreck me right there.
But... yeah, so we entered the Carb Cup race, and Dave, I kind of entered it with maximum graphics, because when I do my in-racing news articles, I decide that I want to have nice, high-quality images, unlike some of the people that think having blocky stuff that looks as though it's from 1987 is acceptable for a news article.
7 car, you're an idiot.
Oh, you wrecked?
Who wrecked you?
Yeah, the 7 car just came right up into me.
Aw, sweetheart.
Aww.
Oh, look, there you are. Put the wheel down and come and talk to me now. You done? There we are.
Oh well.
Good. So yeah, I had 26 frames per second.
Well, here's the problem. He was from Canada.
Oh, you see, no, that's just rubbing it in your face. So how was the Olympic hockey, Dave?
Hey, no talking about Olympics.
Oh, Canada.
Wait a minute.
We like to have poutine.
Alright.
And beat the US at the last second.
Why is Brandon Trainotros telling me what to do on my show?
I don't know. I think he needs to know his role.
And shut his mouth.
We are in WrestleMania season. We can do a couple of wrestling.
Did you ask me a question? Oh, about Canada and
Yeah.
Canada smoked the United States twice. That's all we need to know, and that's all the Olympic coverage we're gonna get.
That's okay. The Canadians kicked our ass as well in the sweeping and sliding competition.
Hey, Will,
Kelly.
can I ask you, how was the Olympic broadcasts in the UK? I know in America it was all NBC Sports, so it was terrible. But
yeah.
how
You
about
see,
the UK?
we have this little thing called the British Broadcasting Corporation. It's fucking awesome. I can watch it at work, at home, on my iPad, on my iPhone, on the internet, wherever the fuck I want to. And guess this? There's no fucking advert. Fuck you. Anyway.
Will Vincent, full of rage.
So, Dave, we actually are kind of angry, and we talked about this yesterday. NASCAR, improving the spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know if it's a combination of the cars going faster, or they're safer, or what the deal is. But man, some of these crashes are getting a little worrisome, so to speak.
I mean, last year, of course, we had that huge nationwide wreck, which we are very lucky that there was no, deaths that last year at Daytona. This year, already in practice, we had the Patrick Klingerman accident, which was horrifying to look at. I mean, I saw that one live, and I was just like, oh my god. And it wasn't as bad a wreck as a nationwide one was, but it's as soon as Klingerman came together, I think it was with Kenseth, he was just dragging along the safety barrier, and look at that, there's 2 big holes in the catch fence.
Yeah, actually I think it was Logano. Once he got into that front tire, it popped his car up off the ground, and he just rid the wall, safer barrier actually, up into the fence, and just Luckily, it was kind of a slow climb. He didn't like shoot into it like Larsen did last year. Luckily, no one got hurt, but it just seems like these cars getting up in the air are just happening more and more frequently. Then you had Clint Boyer's blow over. Luckily, he landed on his wheels. But
The Clint Boyer one was funny.
cars getting up in the air, that shouldn't be happening.
I mean, something that NASCAR has tried doing for what? You know, the last 10 years they tried to stop cars being on their roof. I still think the most famous one in Sprint Cup was, you know, back at Talladega with Carl Edwards. But it's the sort of thing they've tried combating. And they have got better on it, you know. But at the same time, it annoys me how NASCAR are trying to make the racing better. But the thing is, when you make the racing better, you do a little thing called, this is what the IRL did between 2007 and 2011. Look what happened there.
Yeah, I don't think, well, fingers crossed it doesn't get that bad. But, I mean, we don't see these kind of wrecks in Atlanta or anything like that. It's not like they're flipping over everywhere, but at Talladega, Daytona, it's just getting more and more frequent. And I think everybody has a, you know, legitimate concern that something bad could happen. Because once those guys get off the ground, you know, then the fence usually isn't too far away.
By the way, very quickly, if you kind of key up your mic and have static noise again, Trost, I am going to boot you. Carry on.
We should boot him anyway, just so he knows where his role is.
Yeah. Oh, look, you shut up. There's a start. It's the first time for everything.
This isn't the Will David Toasty show. You can chime in, but you can't talk the whole time.
Yeah.
This isn't an IndyCar fixed race.
You can go make me a sandwich if you want.
Well, I actually wanted to correct one of your facts, Dave. Actually, if you look up Atlanta, and I believe it was 09 or 2010, it was Keselowski went.
Anyway.
Everybody knows that Edwards dumped Keselowski into the fence, and yeah, that was an unfortunate thing. But it doesn't have When was the last time a car flipped over besides that?
Precisely. And by the way, we've gone from having Trost to, ladies and gentlemen, the sexy Australian himself, Mr. James Swinbanks.
Good morning.
Mr. Google Glass.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So,
I've never been so enthralled with a 14-minute video of someone getting coffee.
Really?
I watched the whole damn thing. What does that say?
Right, so...
Wait, don't say anything. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, for anybody who doesn't know, I had a play around with Google Glass earlier in the week because we don't have them here in Australia at all. And I just took a video of, like, me wearing it and going to get coffee, and that's what Dave's talking about. It was like a 14-minute video of just me and my friend going to get coffee. Literally, that's it. Nothing happened.
I've changed my mind, Will. I want to raise money to go to Australia instead of England.
That's fine, because we're going to Bathurst in 2017.
Who's we?
Yes.
James, you. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I better start saving my pennies then.
It's alright, you got 3 years.
Like I said, I
Plenty
better start saving. Well, if I booked a flight now, will it make it cheaper?
No, because you can't book flights until 14 months in advance.
Son of a bitch.
I know, I've tried doing that before. Should we go back to our original point about NASCAR? I mean, yeah, it doesn't quite happen at other tracks, but you've got that other thing called multi-car qualifying. And let's be honest, Dave, you and I, we have done many open NASCAR qualifying sessions before. They are brutal because, you know, people will deliberately sit 7 tenths of a second behind another driver, get an awesome drive, be right on their rear coming to the start-finish line. And let's not forget, there's no such thing as a 4X as far as NASCAR goes. They'll just turn you into the grass if they needed to get their fast lap.
Let's be honest, though. A lot of these, 1.5 mile tracks, being that close to another guy's not going to make your car go faster. Being caught up in all that dirty air. Yeah, Daytona, Talladega, you're going to be drafting, the heck out of these cars like they're doing in the Nationwide and the Truck Series today for, their races over the weekend. So, if you're at Texas, you don't want to be right behind another guy. It's going to slow you down because your car's not going to drive the way you want it to. So, yeah, the effect is not going to be as strong there. But some of these bigger tracks, like maybe like California or Michigan, yeah, it could get a little hairy.
By the way, for those of you wanting an update, BT never came back. I think he actually does now know his role.
Did I
We
just
don't-
mistrust?
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did. You literally,
Wow.
like, he was escorted out and you were escorted in. It was a complete and total about face.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more drastic change than that.
Why are you so far away from home?
I have no idea.
But
We're missing turncoat Andrew King, who I found out is a Canadian. I don't know if we can
he's
have him on
only
the show
Canadian
anymore.
because of the fact that I beat you in hockey.
Well, he was like
Canadian
cheering
when he chooses to be.
yeah, when it's convenient for him. Yeah, he was cheering wildly for the Canadian women hockey team.
Did you see
yesterday.
them though? Half of
It
them
was a
were
great
fucking
game.
stunningly beautiful as well. The one who...
Oh, he's back!
Oh, look at that! Shall
Let's
we-
let him hang up there for a while
Yeah.
and think about it.
So,
See-
yeah, the Canadian women, though, I mean, normally you think hockey players, and you think, you know, lesbians,
Gruff.
butch, but these...
No, those are usually the East German swimmers.
Oh, God, yeah.
I remember that, but you guys might have, obviously even a little young for that. Some East German women were actually men.
That's amazing.
I wonder how much tape they had to use to pull that one off.
Well, you don't need tape. They're not taping them down. They wanted to bump them out.
Oh, God,
they
yeah.
were guys posing as women.
Yeah. That's why I said they had to tape them down to make them look like a woman.
That doesn't make sense. You don't tape
I'll
down.
draw
boobs to make them
you
look
a
like
diagram afterwards, okay?
No, if you want a guy to look like a woman, you're not taping anything. Oh, below the belt. Okay.
Oh, hello.
I finally figured it out.
Wait. I have a penny here. You might be able to hear this.
I heard it. Well, I think that they were past that point. I think they'd already had that stuff, choppy.
Oh, you mean sold in a Korean restaurant?
Oh,
But okay,
please tell me that's never happened.
I really don't want to know, to be honest. But the
Yeah,
Canadian
they're
women,
selling you,
Canadian
they're selling
women,
you something. Yeah, go ahead.
the Canadian women, they were kind of beautiful. Some of them, especially
in
the one that
love.
scored those last 2 goals. She was phenomenally beautiful. I'd like to take her out anytime that she wants.
Well, talk to Andrew King. Maybe he can hook you up.
Yay, we can go out anytime.
Yeah, he probably knows her.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of...
It's probably his cousin or something. They're all cousins.
What a
aren't
beautiful
they?
day for Canada and therefore the world. So, should we go back to Daytona?
Well, okay, so since Jim's been here, we've gone from cars flipping over at Talladega to Andrew King hooking you up with a Canadian gold medal hockey player.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I have that effect.
Can I get a beer?
Sure.
By
It's
the
only
way,
8 a.m. here with
by the
no
way,
worries.
Jim.
BT did actually just poke me, and that seems kind of wrong concerning the circumstances. You mentioned me, so I am back. Did we mention him?
Well, we said that he knew his role.
Oh, yeah. We'll leave him up here for a couple more minutes. Because, of course, we haven't even bothered starting talking really about NASCAR, because we had the Sprint Carburetor Cup race, I'm going to call it, which started with 18 cars and finished with about 4.
Yeah, Harvick somehow still finished the race in the top 5, even though according to his crew chief after the race, the right front tire was towed out almost an inch.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
bad.
a long way.
That was a joke of a race, to be fair. I mean, I think NASCAR really do need to look at the format after that, because, yeah, it's great giving all the fans this, that, and the other, but it doesn't make any difference if you only got,
Well-
one car running.
Do you remember last week when we said, what's the best way to make this race exciting? And we both concluded by saying, have the shortest amount of laps possible for the final segment, correct?
Yes.
And what did the fans go and do? Make the longest segment.
No. What did Fox executives do? They voted about 4 million times to make sure they got more advertising money. Come on,
On the
it's a
Sprint
mobile
Mountains.
phone company sponsoring an event with Fox, who advertise more than anyone else, and for some strange reason, the most number of laps won? Bullshit.
Remember back in, well, you were, I might even been too young for this, when the Busch Clash was 20 laps and that was it. You had 20 laps. Go get it done.
Hey, I bet you TNT could still have 18 of those laps under ad break.
And the green flag drops in. We're
Huh?
You know how they should run Daytona?
Backwards.
Just do it. Yeah, exactly. Make them turn right instead.
Well, we were suggesting last week that they run the oval, but they have to go through the bus stop on the backstretch every lap.
I mean, yeah. Let's actually make a use of that extra half an inch of spoilers, shall we? It make it more fun as well.
It bothers me that these guys just line up single file and don't do anything. I mean, a couple years ago, Tony Stewart was like, "Hey, somebody keep me awake here. We're just running in line." And then the tandems came, and the racing was exciting because if you didn't race and do something, you dropped off the face of the planet. And now it's just all lined back up again. Wait till 10 laps to go, or wait till the next pit stop. And it's not racing. It's boring as shit. And you can't even do anything. You can't go to the inside because, if I don't get 6 other people with me all at once and they're all from my teammates and have the same horsepower, we can't pass anybody.
Would it be sacrilege to say, like, break the race up into 4 or 5 segments and have them race like that, just over the course of a weekend?
No, what they ought to do is put smaller motors in them, take the restrictor plates off, and say, have at it. Let them run 210 miles an hour. Like they used to. I watched the 89 Daytona.
They'll just be running in a pack at 210 miles an hour instead of 200.
But if they all have unrestricted engines, the guys with the better engines are going to run up front.
It's fair enough. Surely the chassis has a lot to do with it as well, though, right?
Yeah.
It's not all down to the engine.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's that whole thing with NASCAR. It's like, they can't go any faster at Daytona right now, so they are having to slow the cars down. And when you slow the cars down, aero comes into play. Now, unless they decide, let's, make the cars a little bit lighter than the 14 million tons that they are at the moment. Can people stop texting me, please? It's kind of getting moderately annoying right now. But unless they make the cars a little bit lighter or do something else, it's going to be plate racing. And I think this year they've just gone one step. It's basically they've gone back to what? It was a 2008 full Talladega race or 2009 when they said, no. So you cannot touch the other car in front of you, otherwise we're going to give you a black flag. It was pathetic. It was boring. Now this year, at least, we have seen a little bit of 2-wide running, a little bit of 3-wide running. But you're right. You need 7 cars to go down to that bottom line to start it in the first place. And what's NASCAR going to do? Give you a bonus point if you run more than 50% of the laps down on the inside line.
What they need to do is make the cars where when you're running in line, you're not full throttle. So if you want to pull out, you can floor it, get a little bit of a draft, pull out, and you might be able to do something. Now everyone's full throttle. You got to back up and hope you build up a run over a lap or two. I mean, look what happened at the end of the second duel last night. Those guys got side by side behind Hamlin. They got 2-3 car lengths back down the back straightaway. Hamlin wins the race. Nobody can catch him.
Yeah, and I think that's useful. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Mute your phone!
Oh my god!
Hey, unless it's a beautiful girl, then you should be mad.
The Wil and Dave Show is brought to you by the iPhone text tone. But, I mean, Speed Weeks has been weird this year, and we haven't even got to the most controversial bit of it yet. We'll get to that last, but...
Foxbox!
Oh, that's not even why it's the most controversial bit still. But we'll come to that in a minute as well. But, I mean, the races yesterday for the Budweiser Duels, which Fox, even though it being the second year in a row being the Budweiser Duels, they like calling it the Gatorade Duels, even though it means that people can now drink alcohol on Thursdays. But, I mean, first of all, it's in prime time, Dave, and I don't understand why it was in prime time, because, you try and set up a car to work at night, then you've got to have a car that works in the day. Which one do you even bother with?
Well, I mean, it's all promotional. They're going to make more money having commercials during prime time. It's the only reason they ran them at night. The track probably gets a little bit of a bump because more people show up to the races on a Thursday night because they might have come into town already. No one works in Florida
anyway.
Yeah, we know. Well, no, never mind.
They're all retired people, aren't they?
Yeah. I was going to say we could ask our favorite fat racing ninja about work, not having a job, but I digress. Or digress, or whatever.
Digress, you got it right the first time.
What, the Fat Racing Ninja part?
Boom.
We're being mean today. We are being really mean. But I mean, the two races you had, one which was actually pretty clean but not interesting, and then one where people forgot how to drive.
Well, that's because Jimmy Johnson ran out of gas coming out of turn 4, and he had about half a second to try to get out of the way before Jamie McMurray ran him over, and all hell broke loose from there.
Can you imagine that? Chad Canals making a fuck up, and it...
You know what? Canals probably did that on purpose, just to see how it would come out.
And he's gone. That's strike number 2, Trost.
As I was saying, Canals... I mean, yeah, typical Canals. Let's make a fuck up and have everyone suffer because of it. This is like Pet Chow all over again.
Justin Petchower, if you're listening, you should join the show as well.
Oh my god, that
we
would
could
be
have
amazing.
we could have Trost and Petchower debate questions that we throw out to him.
Oh my god, this could be the best episode ever, and I thought last week was the best episode ever. But we are going to actually finish off like a thought at some point here. What really stood out for you? No, we're still talking about yesterday. What stood out for you yesterday? Car-wise, driver-wise, racing-wise?
The inability to make passes at will. I mean, you gotta have more help now with this package than you used to tandem. At least with tandem, you and one other guy, you can do whatever you want. Now you gotta wait for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys maybe to line up and hope you could get something going. I don't like where that's going at all. And then the side draft, these guys are gonna, if it's coming down to the final lap, and the closer I get to this guy's rear corner, I'll slow him down even more. You know somebody's gonna hook somebody.
So basically, instead of you and one other person determining who's going to win the race, it's now you and 10 other people determining who's going to win the race. So
exactly.
Basically, it's still nothing about driver skill in any way, shape, or form at all. For example, Danica Patrick was on the pole last year. Let's not forget that.
I think it took more driver talent to do a tandem than it does to do the Daytona drafting they got right now.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you gotta work to get. I mean, that, in my opinion, was some of the best plate racing that NASCAR has ever had.
Do you remember the Talladega race, 2011? You had, what, 5 cars separated by 1/10 of a second?
Look, Brad Keselowski pushed Carl Edwards in a nothing car, pushed Carl Edwards to the lead, and ended up winning the race in a junk car. And then a couple years ago, he pushed his brother, Brian Keselowski, in the Duels, who had an absolute pile of shit for a car,
and the
into
fact
the
he
Daytona
weighs
500.
about, 900 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, look what you could do. Literally anybody could win if they get the right person working with them. Trevor Bayne wins the Daytona 500.
And let's be honest, he's not done anything else since.
No, he hasn't.
Not even nationwide.
Well, he hasn't. He's won a couple races in nationwide, but
it is on your side, remember?
He's been sick too. That doesn't help things. But so tandem drafting, I loved it. Miss it. It was great racing. Yeah, I mean they still had crashes, but at least at the end of the day, you could be in 10th place. You get that 11th place guy to hook up with you 2 laps to go. You might still win the thing. If you're in 5th place with 2 laps to go, you have no shot. And if somebody pulls out to the bottom, if those guys start messing around at all, trying to pass each other, I'm not going to win, but I'm going to try to get 2nd or 3rd, then the whole thing falls apart, and then you have a Denny Hamlin winning the race by half a second.
I think what it is, it's a very similar situation to Bristol. You don't realise what you've lost until it's gone. Because
exactly.
With Bristol, people complained about it before a little bit. Then they reprofiled the track, and how much did people hate it? How much do people still hate it now?
They still hate it. I mean, I used to absolutely love Bristol. I can't stand it. I mean, Bristol's supposed to be fight for the bottom, root gouge, slam somebody out of the way, no apologies, throw your gloves at somebody when you get wrecked out, or do a Danica, or a nasty finger point like, oh, I oughta. But I mean, that's why Martinsville's more entertaining, because you still have that beating, banging, rooting for the bottom. Bristol's not a multi-groove track, should have never been, and whoever did that should be shot.
Yes, it's almost as if Herman Tilke came to have a look at Bristol. Yeah, let's try and make this better for racing, shall we?
Man, Will, is there an episode of the Wil and Dave Show you haven't taken a shot at Herman Tilke yet?
I think we didn't do it last episode.
Because we were too busy in the Carb Cup race.
Yeah, that's probably the
which
reason.
starts in 20 minutes.
Woohoo! But, I mean, I keep on saying, but. Anyway, but.
What?
Yeah, but. We have.
Are you stroking?
I think we are. Where is the stroke clip guy? Oh, yeah, he's celebrating.
Andrew King is, he's probably running another GT3 race.
He needs to know where his priorities lie. Really, he does. We have, though, of course, a 500-mile race on Fox, not FS1. And I'm not going to lie to you either. All of these people that complain about speed, really, FS1 has done some okay coverage overall. Except for the FOXBugs. We'll come to the FOXBugs in a minute. The rest of the coverage has actually been pretty good. And I really like the virtual car they had.
Yeah, there were some nice additions. Fox Sports 1 needs to stand out because you still got a whole contingent of people that, where's my speed vision, as Will likes to say. And so they got to do something to kind of keep people in. The car's pretty cool. The coverage has been decent. They're not, overdoing it too much. Unfortunately, Fox still tries to trot out their gyro cam, which everybody knows is fake, because they were showing Clint Boyer's car earlier in the Duels yesterday, and he's going through the tri-oval, and it looks like he's in turn 2. I mean, the camera's got a 33-degree angle on it in the tri-oval. I mean, come on. I mean, going down the back straightaway, the camera's tilting to the right. There's not negative, angle on the back straightaway.
We've got it. That is how you do it. You put negative banking on the backstretch. That's going to improve the racing.
How?
And the accident's off at turn 2.
Yeah, the accident's off at turn 2. The fact that the cars are never going to come down to the inside. They're just going to fall down into the wall. You can just have a big gutter at the end. There you are.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a 20-foot
to the exit.
You can have a 20-foot drop over there.
Yeah. There we are. You see, this is...
That's why British people aren't involved in NASCAR.
Yeah, this is...
no, socialist Great Britain, I'm sorry.
I was about to say.
I almost called you communist Great Britain.
We are not Russia, okay?
You're not locking up Pussy Riot for quote-unquote stealing from the hotel
By the way, iTunes, if you're listening, Pussy Riot is a band. We're not talking about overly sexualized content. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, I agree. I think Fox Sports' coverage has been good overall. I still get pissed off how it becomes the Waltrip show. By the way, DW, I hope you're okay. Who's the other one as well who's ill at the moment? It's one of the big guys.
Matt Yoakum.
Matt
had
Yoakum.
Back surgery.
Yeah,
but
Matt
he's
Yoakum.
back.
Yeah, we hope that you're okay as well.
They wore him out at the 24 Hours of Daytona, I guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Thankfully, we get DW back, which means that we'll hopefully only have one wall trip in the booth this weekend. If Mikey... And please, every single driver in the Daytona 500, for every NASCAR fan's sanity, do not, under any circumstances, hit Michael Waltrip. We do not want to have him in the booth.
Do you remember how many crashes Michael Waltrip caused in 2011 when you were tandem drafting, and if you started pushing somebody on the right rear corner, would hook them into the infield? I think he caused like 3 separate wrecks.
I think what they needed to do is on a pit stop, just put on his glove, L on his left one, R on his right one, and tell him not to push on the one that has the R.
No, Michael, if you hold up your hand and you put out your thumb, if it looks like an L, that's your left.
You can push on that side and that side only. But
the side that has the window net.
Yeah. The biggest controversial thing as far as Fox goes, of course, is the graphics. I do like 95% of the graphics package. I think it's a lot cleaner. I never liked the old Fox one. It looks a bit dated immediately. CBS's and ESPN's always looked a little bit slicker. Same with, TNT just suck anyway, so we're not going to talk about them. I don't have any understanding why TNT can do such beautiful things on NBA coverage and then ruin it for NASCAR. But for Fox, that one issue is that little thing that sits on the right-hand side of the page, and someone actually made a perfect reference to it. It's like when you buy a brand new TV and it's telling you the specifications of your TV.
I'm sorry. Somebody just posted something hilarious about Michael Waltrip on Twitter, and we need to talk about it at some point. So Ryan Newman is doing an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and a user by the name of Jeremy Methfield, not Mayfield, Methfield, said, "Thank you for coming here and doing this AMA. We all really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. This year's Bristol Night Race, you get to pick the introduction song for one other driver. Who is the driver? What's the song that you choose and why?" Ryan Newman says, "I Feel Like a Woman" from Michael Waltrip, no explanation needed.
Man!
Thank you,
I feel
Ryan
like
Newman.
a woman.
Ryan Newman, I am, not that I wasn't a fan before, but I might have to buy a t-shirt after that.
I think I might need to as well. That is moderately impressive.
The Wil and Dave Show account will be retweeting that, so you can all read that and have fun. That was via Steve Luvender.
Thank you very much, Steve. The FOXBug, and it's not a ticker. It's the FOXBug again.
FOXBox.
Yes. Thoughts.
When you say Foxbox, are you talking about the graphic in the top right-hand side of the screen?
Yeah, the one that looks as though you've just bought
The one that
TV.
blocks everything?
The one that, yeah.
Yeah, because I just watched the replay of the Jimmy Johnson wreck from the second duel, and that's the first thing I noticed was that fucking box was like right in the way when
that was perfectly
Johnson and McMurray came together. It's like what the first or second race they've used it, and it's already doing shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Change it for God's sake.
It's like you almost want to lean over and just peel it from the right-hand side. It's like, okay, it's going to move you to the other side. There we are.
We like you were saying. Well, it's like, oh, we left one of those stickers on there that says like what processor is in the TV or something.
Although they are changing it. They are changing it for the 500 apparently. Fox have listened to the fans, and they are going to change it for their Daytona 500. Now,
and then they'll change it right back.
Yeah, if they do it properly. I think I said this to someone else the other day. All they need to do, this principle works fine. I think tickers have their purpose, but I hate the fact that I'm spending, 5 minutes looking at the ticker, seeing what my favourite driver is, not looking at the screen at all, and then they go to ad break. And then they come back and they start again. And I'm looking to see the person who's in P35.
F1 do it right.
What?
F1 do it well.
Yeah, F1 do it well, and I think it can work well on the left-hand side of the page. Or put it at the top and have, I don't know, 3 rows of 3, 9 drivers, cycle it through those 9 drivers. There you are. It's easy, it's clean, it will work. Because the rest of it actually doesn't look too bad at all, Dave.
No, I agree that most of the... Oh, he's doing it again. Trost is making a lot of noise and not saying anything. Oh, I got moved again! Anyway, so, yeah, the graphics look nice. The box looked okay at first, but then its faults, became really obvious.
And I hate it how it all changes colour when they go green or yellow. It's like, it's okay, we can tell that little thing that goes yellow, we understand. You don't need to make the entire fucking screen go yellow as well.
I miss the old days when the very first year of Fox, when like the yellow flag would come out and be like boop 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 boop. Like you needed like you needed an audible cue that the yellow was out, not that there was like 6 cars wrecking.
Oh, look at this.
They used to play a sound?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's not forget, Fox have a little noise whenever they used to put a graphic up. You used to go.
Yeah.
Now it just goes. Okay, Brandon Trost has some news on Danica. Trost, you have 10 seconds starting now.
Richard Petty says he will race against Danica.
Where, when, how?
They haven't said any of that, but Tony Stewart said after Richard Petty made some comments about Danica that he would provide equal cars. Richard Petty has responded.
We probably know the rest of it by now.
Is he like broadcasting live from somewhere in India?
I don't know, but this is the issue when you're only 14 years old. Save up your allowance, go and mow some lawns, go and put on a little tight tank top and wash some people's cars and question your own sexuality, then maybe you might get enough money to go and get yourself a decent working microphone.
It's like he's got the mic turned up to the max. It's like he touches that button, it picks up anything around him.
and it's, you know, about 5 inches away from his rectum when he's talking. It's like he's rubbing on it as he talks.
Oh, God.
It's like, oh, look at this, I'm rubbing on my chair, and the fucking microphone's coming on.
Oh, God. Sometimes when I would piss Goke off, he'd, like, take his mic and put it near his ass and fart and be like, congratulations, now you're going to put something with shit on it right in front of your mouth.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Goke.
What's the matter, Jim?
That's fucking hilarious. Why would you do that?
Because
Like
he's
you're
an
about
idiot.
to put it back
He's
next
an
to your
idiot.
face.
Exactly. He's not thinking that at the time. He's like, oh, it's going to be so funny if I fart in the microphone. He's going to hear it. It's like, yeah, you're the one who have to deal with all the other repercussions.
Yeah.
You know, I get to hear like a, and then you have to deal with, you know, poop in your mouth.
By the way, breaking news. iRacing, they used to be called iRacing Tips, and now iRacing Tidbits. There's one by Yoda.
Wait,
Do or do-
Timbits?
Tidbits.
Timbits?
Tid. T-I-D.
T-I-M?
Yes, Timbits. I can't boot you. Do or do not, there is no try. Yoda. Interesting.
How about this is unknown. It says, the older I get, the faster I was. That makes no sense.
No, it makes sense.
Why?
Because the older you get, the
The slower
older you
you
are. Yeah, the slower you get. So therefore, the older you get, the less fast you are. So therefore, the faster you was.
Oh, the faster I was.
He took my job. So, who's going to win this weekend, Dave?
Kevin Harvick.
You see, I'm being controversial here. I think Kyle Larsen's going to win. And I don't know why.
Oh.
Ganassi have always been good at Daytona.
Did you see what kind of moves he could make by himself last night?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody would have if a couple guys would have went with him and he was closer to the front, you know what? You might want to put a couple pounds down on that one, buddy.
I think I might, because I think, you know, McMurray has always been good at Daytona. Montoya, he's more interested in crashing.
He's not even
into things.
racing.
I know, he's in IndyCar, but he was more interested in crashing into things. It's okay. I do know that Montoya was sacked from Ganassi, went to Penske in IndyCar, and they got a guy called Kyle Larsen to drive his own car, which is why I'm saying that Kyle Larsen's going to win the race. Keep up with me, Dave.
It's hard to keep up with you say so much.
I know. But I honestly do think that Kyle Larsen can win this race this weekend. And also, Austin Dillon has got the entire world on his shoulders because he's doing it for Dave. For Dave? For Dale.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
You couldn't have done that any
Trouble now,
worse.
I've just
Dave!
offended half of America there, haven't I?
Hey, Austin Dillon can
You
win the
can never-
race for me.
You can never show your face in the southern half of the United States ever again, Will.
Let's be honest, I don't think I can show my face in the southern half of America in the first place. Have you seen the
Wait.
colour of my skin, Jim?
Aren't you trying to go? Aren't you trying to go to Auburn?
Yeah.
Well,
It's okay, they allow black people over there.
speaking of people coming to America, Jim Swinbanks, when are you coming to America to come to Mid-Ohio? When are
Working
you
on
going
it,
to
bud.
make this happen?
I'm working
Huh?
on it.
I thought,
He's
whoa, whoa,
seriously
whoa,
doing
whoa, 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 whoa! I thought you were coming
What?
to Cali.
That was the plan. Go to Fontana.
Yeah, you're coming to Cali. Dave,
Well-
who is my friend first, fuck you.
But I interact with him more on Twitter.
Yeah? But I've been a teammate with him for longer.
Well, I could have been a teammate with him if you'd have wielded your...
So, anyway, let's move on. Jim and I are going to talk a little bit about...
Don't boot me out of my own show!
Hey, it's partially my show as well, bitch.
That's hilarious.
And also, if you boot me at the channel, I can still talk. That's a fun part about it, because I'm the one streaming it.
Well, Vincent holds all the power.
I've got the power. So, we'll move...
got the power!
We never talked about the free car, actually. It was a little bit ironic that all of a sudden it was Dale Jr. in second and Austin Dillon in first. And I think someone said it on Twitter best. Any driver that beat Austin Dillon would have been found to be illegal and sent to the back of the field.
Fail post-race qualifying.
Yeah.
Oh, the G on the Goodyear was a little rubbed off.
Yeah. There's a $500,000 fine. You're sent to the back of the grid and you place in probation for the next 4 years.
You could be like Michael Waltrip when they had the jet fuel additive, minus 50 points. You don't make the race.
Yeah.
He was in the negative points for like the first 8 or 9 races of the season. Poor bastard.
It's okay. He's probably still got more points than Michael McDowell.
Aw.
I'm sorry, that was a little bit harsh, actually, wasn't it?
The guy did all he could do.
Yeah. So, we'll move away. We'll talk about F1 a little bit, because Red Bulls have stopped blowing up, haven't they, Jim?
Slightly. They're still not getting in a lot of running, though.
Carb Cup, 5 minutes, by the way.
They can now run at least 2 laps without blowing into flames. Max Chilton...
Yeah, without having...
Go on.
I was going to say, without having their drivers have to grab the nearest fire extinguisher.
Yeah. I saw a great photo yesterday of Sebastian Vettel doing his best Taki Inoue impression.
except not getting hit by the safety car.
I know, which well, the safety cars are setting on fire, of course, over in Daytona. They were a bit worried they're going to do the same thing in F1 if they're not careful.
Did you hear? Apparently, that was a wiring fault.
Wow.
Of course, it was. Wink, wink.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nothing to do at all with Fox wanting to get more advert breaks in at all.
If that was the Commodore, it would have caught on fire, right, Jim?
Absolutely. It wouldn't have even started. That's the problem. That's the difference.
It wouldn't have started. They're that unreliable?
No. Just taking the piss out of old owners. There's probably no other Australians listening to this anyway, so who gives a shit, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's the same thing with Ford and Chevy with Commodore and Holden in Australia, for those of you who don't know what the fuck Jim's talking about. But in F1, of course, the Mercedes is still going fast, and we get the vagina car tomorrow.
Whoop! Lotus.
Yep. Which, I don't know
what's
going to happen
Could
to
you
Lotus.
imagine if, like one of the McLarens or something gets turned around and the Lotus spears it?
Oh, God. Hey, it would still be a greater love story than Twilight.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody's seen that picture, but it's going to happen. I mean, if you have the McLaren or the Toro Rosso or the Williams, if any of those cars spin around in front of a Lotus and the Lotus spears it, I mean, you're going to
Caterham.
Oh, God, the Caterham is the worst.
Why has Caterham not just got Ann Summers to sponsor the front bit of that car? Because I tell you what, that is not a front wing. That is a sex toy.
It's utterly ridiculous, right?
In fact, after the race, when they finish 4 laps down, what they can do is they can unscrew it off and give it to one of the pit babes to apologise for their poor performance.
Oh, God.
Sorry for our car's poor performance, but you can have some great performance with some carbon wire fun.
I can't believe he just said I'm going to throw up.
I think Truce has heard some things that now going to question everything he's ever known about the female anatomy.
Kidding me? The kid's in junior high school. He's heard it all before. Okay, on another note, 2 minutes until the Carb Cup race. Hope everybody signs up for that thing.
Of course, we also have, Jim, Bernie Eccleston. He was cleared, but he was told he was basically a liar.
You're a liar, but you gave us a lot of money, so we're going to let you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder how that's going to go down with the Germans.
If you bribe somebody to get out of a bribery charge, what does that mean?
It means you've got a lot of money.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he definitely does.
It's okay, he gave us some money, it's okay, we now have the money that we wanted, which is more than the money he gave in the first place, so therefore he's good to go.
Jim, is he still going to lose? Is he still in line to, like, lose the F1 boss position?
The only way that he's going to lose that is if he's in a wooden box, let's be honest. He'll still find a way back.
No,
because the chairman was thinking about firing him because of all of this shit that's gone down.
Who was?
The chairman of CVC, the company, which is the company that owns the majority, or they're the majority shareholder in Formula One. They were thinking about removing him from the boss's position or whatever, which would be fucking great.
Well, he kind of stepped down, but he still does it on a day-to-day basis, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, let's be honest, but in my opinion, it's a little bit like the Vince McMahon steroid trial back in the 1990s of Hulk Hogan, which really dented its credibility. And then the WWF entered its darkest period in its entire history. And it doesn't bode well for F1 if you still have Bernie at the helm. And let's be honest as well, if you get rid of Bernie, we might race at tracks where you can actually race at.
Oh my god, I know, right?
Let's go back to a place like Imola.
Yeah, what are
Please.
you smoking? I'd love to have him back at Imola.
Imola. You could even take him back to someone like Manicourt, for fuck's sake, or
Messi
Paul
was a
Ricard.
great track.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to,
There's
who wants to go to
so many
France, though?
good drivers' tracks gone.
Yep.
Absolutely
Because
right.
they wanted them to go and race in Sochi.
Oh,
Which is insane, by the way.
that
race
track
is
looks
bullshit.
absolutely terrible.
Yes, it does. It's the same, like, I had the same reaction when they said they were going to go and race in Valencia. I was, really? Why?
Well,
It's not a
Valencia
fucking
did give us one
racetrack.
of the best races in like the last 5 years of F1. That's mainly because of the fact everyone crashed into each other.
Do you remember when Formula One?
That was the only reason why.
Remember when Formula One raced in Phoenix, Arizona? The track that they had in downtown Phoenix. It was all like 90-degree turns. That's what the
that
Sochi track
1990?
looks like.
Yeah,
89 through 91.
It was the Jean Lacey race when he held off Ayrton
Yep.
Senna for half the race.
Yep.
Yeah, I know my shit.
Yeah, Pirelli had those really good qualifying tires, but they had shit race tires.
That's right. They had the qualifying tyres like now. They only last for one lap, except they were actually built for qualifying.
So basically, what Pirelli's done is taken their tyres from the 1990s, put new stickers on them, and say, "Yep, this will be good enough."
Yeah, that's fine.
We called it here first on the Wil and Dave Show.
Sure, you could probably go a whole race distance on these. Give it a crack.
Well, let's be honest. At the moment, I think that Formula One races are going to take about 8 hours this year because they will have to come into the pit, get a new engine every 5 laps, refit the gearbox, sort out the cooling issues, then go back out into the racetrack. It's going to be who blows up the least. Guys,
they've just moved Formula E into Formula One, where you got to get out, run 100 meters to get to the next car.
Yeah, that is
you
moderately pathetic.
Yeah, didn't you
Is
hear
that
the
something
rules
that's
for
actually
Formula
happening?
E? Yes.
I haven't really been paying any attention to Formula E at all.
Yeah, the Formula E series, the races are only 50 minutes, but the charge in the car only lasts 30 minutes. So
Wow.
on the pit stop, you have to get out. The driver has to go 100 meters down pit road to get into the next car, strap himself in, turn it on, and then complete the last 20 minutes of the race.
Jesus.
I think the only way I'll be watching Formula E is if they actually give me some E to take before the race, just to make it more enjoyable. Do you think that's why it's called that by any chance?
Dude, just give me some weed. I don't need any E. I'll just smoke a little grass.
Yeah. Oh, no, I saved it. I just did a Michael Wall trip.
Well, Vincent E. crashing.
Oh, you almost said I did a Michael Wall trip coming out the pits.
Jim, why didn't you sign up for this race?
I didn't even realise you guys are racing. I'm
Even
going to
though
come
we
and watch
talked
you
about
go.
it 4 times.
Yeah, well, I don't pay attention to half the shit you guys are talking
That's
about.
alright.
Well, hey, you and the rest of the people
I'm
that
only here 'cause
listen
I
to
like
us.
you.
So,
Aw.
we'll talk about IndyCar a little bit very quickly. First of all, they got this new promotion campaign going at the moment where they want you to tell your stories about IndyCar, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice way to get some fan involvement. Hopefully you get a kind of like really neat story from a couple people. Because if you did that in NASCAR, I'd be like, I don't remember what happened because I was so drunk I passed out in the Talladega infield and Dale Jr. won. Woo!
Well, I mean, of course, my memory was seeing the 16th Street sign for the first time, and then on the Friday, actually driving into the Thursday, we drove into the infield for the first time, so we actually got to drive through the bridge, underneath the racetrack, and then into the infield, which is pretty damn awesome. And
He's so emotional he can't even recite the story properly.
And then, of course, race day as well, except for the 3-hour fucking wait to get in.
The 3-hour tour.
It's alright, we had some fun there, didn't we?
We did. We got to see the guy wearing the World War II champion shirt, back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
We got to eat some... Did one of you guys get one of those tenderloin sandwiches or whatever?
I think John did, yeah. I was just talking to drunk chicks.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember I had my bottle of Jim Beam?
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way. I bought you that plastic bottle so you could bring it into the track.
I know, thank you very much. I'll make sure I remember that when I go to Fontana. Do you actually even have glass bottles of, like, alcohol, or is it all plastic?
No, it's usually all glass. That's why I was surprised that I saw that plastic bottle there at the Meijer.
Probably because of the fact they knew that they're close to Indy and everyone was going to buy them anyway, so they might as well stock up.
I mean, it was a pretty good price. It was only like $15 for that bottle. I mean, you got really hammered on it.
Well, let's not forget, come the end, I mean, my memories after the race was seeing all those fractures on the opposite side of Scott's house, thinking, well, there's going to be a load of split condoms there tonight.
God.
Checker flags out. We're going to go down to the grid, Dave.
So, Jim, are you actually trying to come to Mid-Ohio, or are you going to go to Fontana? Because Mid-Ohio is only like 3 weeks before Fontana.
I have no idea. I don't know if that'll be able to happen. Because, you see, I have to worry about this thing called money.
Wait. I thought you were in the Socialist Republic of Australia, where they take all of your money.
The Socialist Republic of Australia.
There is nothing socialist about my country,
No,
I guarantee
they
you.
just take all your money, and that's it.
I'm not going to get into our government. We're fucked.
My car is getting off the ground all by itself.
By the way,
you see this?
Oh, it's
ladies
still
and
that
gentlemen,
weird bug.
What the hell's
ladies
happening?
and gentlemen, you are live on the Wil and Dave Show. Live on the Wil and Dave Show, which is every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern on GlacierTV. Kimo Sermon, you just turn right. Turn right. That's all you need to do. Turn right.
Should
we put the...
Guys, why is my car lifting up? Why
Shut the fuck up, Tros.
Ban him.
It's been happening a lot lately.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the grid.
That's the spirits lifting you up, buddy.
Jim, are you going to at least spot for us?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, good.
Your blimp today's race.
This is... Why do we keep doing this, Will?
I don't know. Today's race is brought to you by Budweiser. The beer starts with full flavour and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Great time to wait in, grab some buds, unless you're under 21, in which case just take some meth instead.
Take some meth instead. This is some classic podcast.
Yeah,
Jim, aren't you glad you joined us early on an Australia morning on a Saturday?
So glad. I'm glad I had my coffee before I came.
What time is it locally right now?
Sorry?
What time is it locally for you?
It is 10 to 9 in the morning, so it's not really that early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that early.
IndyCar, Ganassi are kind of being sneaky bastards. They're deliberately not testing now, and they've only done about 2 test sessions so far, because they're going to save all their test days, and you get 40, I think, this year. They're going to save all their test days for later on in the season. Now, when you remember last year, Ganassi's season started at Pocono. They were kind of shit the first half of the season, and then they got that 1-2-3 at Pocono, and they were dominant from then on.
Yeah, they weren't kinda. They were garbage. But then Scott Dixon really cranked it in there in the last bit of the year. And luckily for them, Elio Castroneves couldn't do a thing.
He was too busy working out his taxes.
TurboTax, sponsor of the Wil and Dave Show.
All you need to do, Elio, is answer some simple questions. For example, have you earned any money this year?
Well, so, you know, for us, tax season's, you know, January through April. Is that the same in England, or is it a different time, or, like, how do you do your taxes over there?
Oh, you see, right now, our government, you know, rather than saying claim your tax rebate, our government's the opposite way. Have you made sure you've declared all your income? If not, we're going to come and find you, and we're going to put you in jail. And yet, actually, on the ATMs, they've got advert on the ATMs over here, and it's actually someone with just 2 eyes looking at you. And at the end, when you actually get your money, it's like, declare it. Green flag in the air! Get going! Move it, you fool car! Move it! I'm gonna hit ya! I'm gonna hit ya! I'm gonna hit ya!
That's why I keep calling it Socialist Great Britain.
Yeah. Oh my God! Will this fool car get going? I'm gonna
the leader
smash
just
you!
blinked out. The leader's... No, he moved up to the top for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh my...
The 2 cars pushing somebody up the track! Oh boy!
This four car is the worst driver I've seen ever. It's like he doesn't even know how to change a gear.
Rudy Vanderwall.
Get down low, man. Go underneath him.
I mean, he's
Fuck that
weaving
fucker.
from lane 1 to lane 2.
Get past him.
Oh, what the fuck is he doing? What are you doing, you fucking cunt?
Are you still in the race?
Yeah, but I've lost the draft.
You lost
Oh my
the
god,
draft.
are you high on cocaine or something?
How did? Oh god! Oh god! They're wrecking! They're wrecking!
2 cars going.
He's gone.
He
Dude,
saved it!
Oh, wow.
There's a car you could draft with now, Will.
Oh! What?
Who just screamed like a girl?
Poor Will just got tagged by the 2 car that spun out in front of you, Dave.
Come on,
he was
let's
coming
hand
back
it
onto
up.
the
Will hit him. You should
No, he
reset.
hit
back
me!
into Will's car. It was so close.
Oh, use the reset.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
this 6 car is pretty bad too, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you head over to iRacing.com right now, you can get yourself half price off your first 3 months membership, so you can get lagged out the end of lap 1 of a Carburetor Cup race.
Thank you, Tim Terry.
So, I'm still kind of bummed
let's
out
put
about
on a
somebody
good
doing
show for the
Silvestri.
Dave
Oh
and
my
Will
god,
show.
shut up. Still a little bit bummed out about somebody
Whoa!
doing Silvestri.
44. Car 444 just body slammed me. Woo! I held on to it. Wow!
Nice save, buddy.
Wow! That'll
They're
get the
3 wide
juices
behind you.
flowing.
Wow.
They're 5 wide?
3 wide.
Oh, I thought you said
Almost
5 wide.
4.
You got 1 outside, still there.
Do I have any damage?
No, you're good.
No, you're good, man.
For now.
Alright. Push me, John Walker!
Wow, this has been rather entertaining. We haven't really talked about much today either.
We gotta... Next week we should live broadcast one of these Carb Cup races we run in.
Yeah, we'll get Racebot.
Next week I won't be suspended, so I'll be in it.
Yeah, hey, Troy,
not-
here's a newsflash. We don't give 2 shits.
You're not running IndyCar anymore, are you?
I'm coming back because Adam Dock got suspended.
Ah, for fuck's
Why
sake.
did Adam Dock get suspended?
Something to do with, like, he came down at Texas when I guess somebody had just got under him by about an inch, and that got him a 1-month ban.
Isn't
Hey.
he the points leader in the fixed series?
He was doing pretty good.
Hey, Troy, can I pay you $20 to run NASCAR for the next 6 months? You can buy yourself
No.
a new microphone afterwards.
You do realize, Tros, that, you know, you said in the forum you weren't going to run the IndyCar anymore. Now that you're going to, you're going to seem kind of like a liar.
Yeah, a bit
Yeah,
like you,
I
a
know.
Fat Racing Ninja.
Oh, they're going to wreck again.
How many times has the Fat Racing Ninja quit?
Oh, my God. He's quit at least 4 or 5 times since I've been on here.
He's been in and out wanting a hooker on a half-price sale.
He's been in
Which
and
one
out.
are we talking about here?
Oh,
He's
we're not
been
allowed
in-
to mention her name. Or his
He's in and out like somebody in a trailer park with a 16-year-old.
name. Oh, 15-year-old.
Oh, 15, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, get it
They're
right.
pushing me to the front. Should I
Come
go
on,
for
Mikey.
Going
You know what?
outside, do it.
If you do it, you won't have any drafting help.
Yes, you will, because here he comes, Wil Vincent! Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Oh, God!
It's sitting here to take you out.
Well, Vincent, I'm just little page the field.
Da-da-da-da.
What were you doing, the Fox Sports 1 theme?
No. Oh,
What did
God,
John Walker say? I can't hear him.
I don't know, but I'm going to have a heart attack if I don't stop. I think that's been the Wil and Dave Show. We're kind of almost in the book. So I'm
Sorry,
going
I
to try
saw
to do
a
this.
car pull out of the pits. I didn't know where he was going. He shot straight up to the top of the track.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Well, there we are. It's the Wil and Dave Show. What episode is this? Oh, episode 17, or as we call it, XVII. You learn something with Wil and Dave Show. We'll even teach you how to write in Roman numerals.
Oh, God. 3 wide. What are you doing, John Walker?
Oh, I'm spinning it on pit road.
Oh my god. Trying to win in turn 1.
This
Okay.
is intense.
So, thank you very much for watching. We would very quickly like to say a very big thank you to all the guys over at the ETV Motorsports Radio Network for all the great times we've had with them being simulcast. We know things are hard, but we hope to be back with you soon once you get all your stuff sorted out. Hey, you never know. You might hear us again, but in the meantime, we're on iTunes every single Sunday. We're on YouTube as well. Hey, GlacierTV is still doing something. I'm doing it. It's fucking awesome. We're back next week. We'll have a full review of the Lulz 500. We'll look forward to Phoenix, and we might even talk about something that makes sense as well. Dave, it's over
of
to
all my
you.
podcasts,
Oh, wait,
this
whoa,
one
whoa,
was
whoa,
the
whoa,
most
whoa,
recent.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Do it now.
Of all my podcasts, this one was